Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I use this opportunity to thank the organizers of this forum, the members of Council of the Jamaica Institution of Engineers, and the President. I'm Engineer Christopher Udaga, Vice President, Engineering Affairs of Institution of Engineers in Jamaica. And today I'll be taking you on the topic 5G technologies and COVID-19 through our might. With what is happening recently in the world, there's a lot of assumptions that the virus COVID-19 is outcome of 5G technology. But this presentation is to put us on a right track that there is no any correlation between the virus and 5G technology. Because of this, myself and some of my students, we went into lab and we have done some research on this. And today, this is a collaboration work between Institution of Engineers, of Electrical Electronic Engineers, and Jamaica Institution of Engineers. So today we are presenting to you 5G technologies and COVID-19 through our might. So we go straight into the introduction. The fifth generation of 5G is next generation of mobile broadband that will eventually replace or at least augment the fourth generation of long-term evolution, 4G LTE. In addition, this technology is poised to revolutionize the networking industry by providing an unimaginable level of innovation. With 5G, users can expect greater productivity as the technology brings an exponential increase download and upload speed as posted by HAIS 2019. It can be said that this technology will be offering not only enhanced mobile broadband, but also enabling a huge volume of machine-to-machine communication based on its ultra-reliable and low-latency network. Okay, roadmap to 5G. Why are we talking 5G? We cannot jump to 5 without starting. Starting from 1G, which is analog. 1G has a lot of disadvantages, the problem we have encountered by transmitting analog signal. Then we move to 2G, which has GSM, Global Station for Mobile Communication. And 2G has tendency of FTDMA. That means frequency time division multiple access. Still, with this opportunity, researches are still going on in place, and we get to 2.5G. 2.5G offers the services of GPRS, Global Packet Radio Station, which transmit 54 kilobits per second, and EDGE, Enhanced Data for Evolution. And we move to 3G, which has CDMA, and also under 3G gives us standard of IEEE, which is called IEEE 802.13, 3G. And we move to 4G, where we have OFDM, Orthogonal Frequency Division Multiple Access, which gives us IEEE 802.16. And still, technology have not stopped. I mean, IEEE 802.20 for 4G, while 5G gives us IEEE 802.16. And today, we are talking about 5G. Why 5G? If you look at the screen, you will see 5G gives us speed of 10 gigabits per second and have a lot of opportunities. As we continue, we can see the number of years, 1980, 1990, 2000, and 2008, and 2020. Today we are talking about 5G, though researches have been going on under 5G. Benefits, why are we going into this 5G? Benefit, talk about speed. The higher the speed, the time is small. Better bandwidth. transmission time, propagation time, throughput, low latency, and other challenges there. Anything that have advantage must have disadvantage. We are going to look at challenges we'll be facing in terms of cost. So look at speed, AT&T advanced technology, you will get in this speed we will compare only 4G and 5G. If we look at under 4G, we have speed of 37.1 megabits per second. That means 37.1 times 10 to the power 6, because 1 mega is 1 times 10 to the power 6. And what will 5G offer? 823 to 957 megabits per second. That will show you the advantage under 5G. And as we progress, you will see all other advantages from 5G, even the Sprint T-Mobile used in Germany, very soon, and many other countries. See, look at the bandwidth, 5G bandwidth, see from 100 gigahertz, 24 and 6 gigahertz. If you subtract 100 from 6, you see the advantage of 5G over 4G, which is within 6 gigahertz. And what is this bandwidth? Bandwidth will give us, provide a difference within the high frequency of 100 gigahertz compared to the low frequency of 6 gigahertz. That means the high frequency minus low frequency gives us the bandwidth. If you look at here, 100, and that place is 6 gigahertz. Transmission time, look at opportunities under 5G technology. Ultra low energy. Anything today technology, we have to consider the power consumption. 10 plus years of battery life. If you are using battery, it can last 10 years plus. Low energy, ultra low complexity, 10 seconds of beats per second, ultra high density, millions of nodes per kilometer, extremely capacity, extreme data rate, deep awareness, extreme user mobility, ultra low latency, and ultra high reliability, strong security. There's massive IoT, Internet of Things, mission critical control, and enhanced mobile broadband. These are the backbones of 5G. And this is why we're working on getting summit, 5G summit in Jamaica as a home country so that we look like other countries. And what is the transmission time? Mathematically, it gives us message we are transmitting times number of bits and divided by bandwidth. Then that means the transmission time. If the time you are transmitting is very, very small, if it takes you 1 microsecond to send a data from Jamaica to US, it means the system is fine. But if it takes a very long time, it means something is wrong. Propagation time, testing of 5G service range in millimeter wave has produced results approximately 500 meters from the tower, meaning huge propagation of MIMO, multiple input and multiple output enabled antenna. Propagation time gives us distance in meters divided by speed in meter per second, because we are calculating in SI unit, which is System International. Low latency. People are saying, why low latency? What time? Is it real time? The time you are sending, you press your keyboard, you get output on your monitor in real time. Network latency is the time required for a set of data to travel between 2 points. Generally speaking, the latency of 5G is faster than a blink of eye. 5G will enable users to send and download huge amounts of data in a real time. What does it mean? We can be able to send any message from here to any part of the world in nanoseconds, in picoseconds, and this shows that data rate is very high. Okay, looking at this simple mobility and deployment scenario, look at how we are going to observe 5G. You can see how from Wi-Fi, like I mentioned, the network mobility and enhanced data rate, and how the speed of propagation of the system moving from the Wi-Fi to GPS to WLAN, and the system moving to switch WiMAX. This time we are talking about IEEE 802.16 WiMAX standard, and you are moving, getting to your destination. This will show us what we are going to experience when 5G comes into deployment. We have been trying on the researches, and by the time we deploy it, the reality will come to place. Fortunately, I'm one of the committee members for the World Forum for 5G, and I'm representing the country on the committee. What 5G and advanced communication system is about. Smart wearables. You have a system in your hand that will measure your body temperatures, tell you your condition. Like a new system is being designed by IEEE, where if you go to solve the problem of COVID, if you go to airport, you stand before the system, and it will read your heartbeat, measure your temperature, and ask you a few questions. If you are successful, you can board aircraft. Smart wearable, smart mobility, smart parking, smart car, water quality, car-to-car communication. Without communication, it will be very difficult. Utility management, electronic health, traffic priority, dormitories for the students, connected houses, security surveillance system. This country needs security to help us deal with gunmen, gunwomen, and it is very important to deploy this technology. And smart grids. With deployment of this, JPS will not need to go to houses to take reading. They can stay in their beds to take reading. And entertainment apps beyond imagination. A lot of things are coming with 5G technology. Challenges. Anything that have advantages must have some disadvantages. What are the challenges here? We talk about cost. Cost of equipment, expatriate skills. We need expatriate skills. We need some expatriate overseas. We met a number of them under 5G technology. On the conference will be this September in India for World Forum. Radiations. What are these radiations? Ionization coming, but these are where people are scared, say that radiation is no. The radiation of 5G is not even up to the Wi-Fi in your house that have more ionization. Now, correlation effect to COVID-19 and other human viruses. This is the main challenge we are going to look up, because a number of persons have said a lot of things. 5G bringing COVID. By the end, we shall know the origin of COVID-19. Cost of equipment, 5G infrastructure cost about $2.7 trillion US dollars by the end of 2020. This is work done March. This is the work we did March. 2.7 trillion, the cost of deployment. This is the major challenge here, cost of deployment, 2.7 trillion, based on the work we did in March 2020. Maybe by now, if we check dollar fluctuation, it may have increased. It requires different set of technology, skills, and development operations of framework. That developing of apps. These apps are very, very important, and we need high-skilled persons to get involved. 5G effects on COVID-19 and other human virus. This is very, very important area. Based on the finding on our research, no correlation effect to COVID-19 and other human virus. The radio wave from 5G or any other commercial wireless communication equipment do not have any visible physical form. Of course, nobody can see radio wave. Nobody can see electrons transmitting from GPS wire station. Nobody can see it because they are not visible. So, do not have any visible physical form and cannot catch or transmit the virus. It is not visible. When something is not visible, how can it transmit virus? No link between COVID-19 and 5G. These are other scientists from other parts of the world, including US, Germany. The simplest proof is that there is no correlation between the start of 5G and novel coronavirus. 2017, I was in Australia on 5G meeting, where we have IEEE Section Congress. 2017, nobody's talking about COVID-19. If 5G research and part of deployment will start since 2017, then how come it will start getting virus in 2019? 5G effects on COVID-19 and other virus continues. This virus that causes COVID-19 is mainly transmitted through droplets generated when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or speaks. These droplets are too heavy to hang on the air. They quickly fall on the floor or surfaces. You can be infected by breathing in the virus if you are within 1 meter or of a person who has COVID-19, or by touching a contaminated surface and then touching your eyes, nose, mouth before washing your hand. For anything that is heavy will definitely fall. So this virus is very heavy that it cannot go through the wireless medium, but it drops. It can affect us if you are very closer and the person speaking, the saliva touches you, or you touch contaminated place and touch your body. Though there are some perceived challenges of 5G technology, which we have mentioned some challenges in terms of cost, but these challenges have no correlation and linkage to coronavirus of 2019, which originated from China at the end of 2019. On April 2020 at this based on the work that time, and also quoting April 2020 US paper. Nothing has been scientifically demonstrated that links electromagnetic radiation and virus proliferation. Richard Kuhn, this is a professor of virology at Purdue University, United States. This is what he told US Today. We are backing our work with references that this COVID-19 has nothing to do with 5G. Other experts are saying, not only coming from University of Technology, Jamaica, or from Christopher Udega. This is true not only for COVID-19 in terms of transmitting virus, not only for COVID-19, but also other human viruses. What this we are saying here that 5G has no any relation with not only COVID-19, but any other form of human virus. If you look at this is work in Wuhan, China. This is where they're doing their research, and it is only Wuhan can tell us how the virus started. Inconclusive investigation, because investigations are still going on. We have not 100% sure if it exactly from Wuhan or from natural, but researches are going on. US government analysis fingers Wuhan laboratory as source of it. Up to tomorrow, US still fingering China. A Wuhan laboratory is most likely source of COVID-19 outbreak, now ravaging the globe, according to US government analysis that catalogs the evidence and conclude that other explanations for origin of coronavirus are less credible. Why are other authorities attacking China? What do they say? Chinese authorities have said the origin of virus is unknown, but initially stated that it came from animal at a wet market in Wuhan, where exotic meat is butchered and sold. They said the virus may have jumped from bat to animals sold at the market last year and then infected humans. So Chinese are saying this virus started from bat because in their market they kill a number of animals, which bat must have touched animal and it must have started from that bat. US officials have grown increasingly skeptical of that version of evidence. President Trump confirmed this month that a lot of people are investigating the origin. Army General Mark A. Miller, chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, said U.S. intelligence agencies are investigating whether the virus escaped from a lab or as a result of natural outbreak. So this Army General who is leading the research said it may have escaped from the lab in Wuhan. Up to now, a number of researches are still going on to find the origin. At this point, it is inconclusive, although the weight of evidence seems to indicate natural. The general said also in April 14, 2020, but we don't know for certain. These are evidences to back that 5G has nothing to do with coronavirus. In conclusion, based on the background of 5G technology, there is no doubt that deployment of 5G network in Jamaica will increase productivity, speed, data transmission, digital signal propagation, and bandwidth. More researches are needed to prove whether COVID was as a result of laboratory experiment in Wuhan or natural. So research are still going on. However, a virus is a microorganism, may not be developed and given life experimentally. Only God gives life and takes life. Okay, what we are saying here is that based on people forecasting, based on what people are saying, we can see that if you go to a gizzard of a fowl, you will see some grables. You see something like stone inside the gizzard. And gizzard will live with this stone until you get the fowl or the chicken and kill it and eat it and remove the gizzard. What stops the stone in the gizzard to turn to living thing? If the stone could have turned to be living, it would have killed the gizzard. So these are to tell us that this virus may not be human production, but it could be as a result experiment, but to give life and take life belongs to God. Upcoming events in Jamaica, we're working on IEE 5G Forum. This one will be taking place this September in India, Bangalore, India. And we're also working on IEE 5G Summit in Jamaica. We have met a number of government officials. Even the Prime Minister has given support to the Minister of Science. We have kept meeting, but COVID has slowed our meeting because 5G Summit is not something we do online, but something we have to do face-to-face. And we are going to consult industries. And with this consultation, we will likely work on deployment of 5G in Jamaica. References, if we go to these areas, you will see a number of work and other authors, including Dr. Ashutosh Dutta, who is IEE Distinguished Lecturer, a senior scientist in Johns Hopkins University, who are all working on 5G researches and its deployment. Thank you for joining us in this meeting, in this conference. And thank you also for the innovations. It is not one man's effort, it is all of us. We have to make Jamaica great by deploying this 5G so that we look like other industries. Once more, I thank the organizers of this forum, Jamaica Institution of Engineers. I also thank Institution of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. Thank all the government officials for their support, the Minister of Science for your support, and the Prime Minister too for expected support we are going to get from you for the forthcoming 5G Summit in Jamaica. Thank you and enjoy your day.